Once upon a time, there were 3 little elephants who lived with their parents. When the 2 elephants grew old enough, they went out into the world to live on their own. The youngest elephant built a big mansion. One day, there was a ring at the door. Ring, ring, ring.
It's the big bad mouse. Open up at once.
Hello, is anybody out there?
Let me in.
That's strange. Someone rang my door, but whoever it was, they seem to have gone away. The big bad mouse was frustrated, so he wrote a note and slipped it under the elephant's door. It read, "Squeak, squeak, squeak, I'm the big bad mouse. I'll rip up your garden, I'll tear down your house. I'll tug on your tail, I'll pull on your ears. I'm mighty and I'm mean, I'm the worst of your fears." Later that day, the elephant found the note. A big bad mouse? Oh no, I've never seen a mouse, but it sounds very scary. I imagine that it must be giant, much larger than an elephant. I bet it has big yellow eyes and long sharp teeth. Oh no, help, it's Big Bad Mouse and loose. I must run away before it comes to my house. I must run for my life. The elephant ran through the big mansion, tripping over tables and bumping into chairs. The terrified elephant left through the back door and ran all the way to the second elephant's house. The second elephant lived in a brick house. It was larger than the first elephant's big mansion. It had a doorbell, which the first elephant rang. Ring, ring.
Hello, who's there? A mouse? I've never seen a mouse before, but it sounds very scary. I imagine that a mouse may be gigantic with a long tail and sharp claws. Come inside quickly and lock the door behind you.
A few minutes passed. The 2 elephants sat in frightened silence. Suddenly, the doorbell rang. The 2 elephants looked at each other, and their terror grew. Who could it be?
Don't look at me, I'm not answering.
The big bad mouse kept ringing the doorbell, but no one answered. Finally, he grew frustrated and slipped a note under the door. It read, "Squeak, squeak, squeak, I'm the big bad mouse. I'll rip up your garden, I'll tear down your house. I'll tug on your tail, I'll pull on your ears. I'm mighty and I mean, I'm the worst of your fears."
Oh no, this is terrifying. Now the big bad mouse has come to my house. There's a gigantic, frightening, fierce mouse on the loose. Run, we must run for our lives.
The 2 terrified elephants stumbled out of the house, tangling up their legs and tripping over one another. They left through the back door of the house. They didn't stop running until they arrived to the 3rd elephant's house. The 3rd elephant lived in a castle, very castle. It had a long driveway and a swimming pool. The 2 elephants rang the doorbell. Mom answered. As soon as she opened the door, they ran past her, shouting and waving their arms in.
Oh, smart.
Help us, do something. Call for help. Call the police. Call the army. Get a hold of yourselves, you 2. What happened?
A mouse.
A mouse? Why did you say so? I think a mouse is very, very terrifying. It's larger than a fairy castle. I think it might have scales and it might breathe fire.
That's a dragon.
The 3 elephant fear. They remained very still, listening with extreme care. After a few minutes, the doorbell rang.
Don't answer it, Mom. Daughter elephant.
It's a mouse! A terrifying, larger than a fairy mouse, fire-breathing mouse!
Don't be ridiculous. Mice are tiny furry creatures that scurry about and eat berries and seeds.
Really? Mom went and opened the door. The 3 elephants were so frightened now. Their eyes were popping out of their ears. stood straight out from their heads.
Can you please deliver a message to the... Well, what do we have here? A little tiny mouse. Can you please deliver a message to the 3 little elephants? Tell them to squeak, squeak, squeak. I'm a big bad mouse. I'll rip up your garden. I'll tear down your house. I'll tug on your tails. I'll pull on yours. I'm mighty and mean. I'm the worst of your fears. Elephants, come here. You must face your foe. I must say, he's not especially scary.
The 3 elephants walked very nervously towards the door. The first and second elephants were looking over the shoulder of the 3rd elephant. The 3 frightened elephants stared at the doorway, but no one was to be there besides Mom. They looked to the left, they looked to the right, they looked up, then they looked down. There on the doorstep stood a little tiny mouse.
You've never seen a mouse before?
You're actually not fighting at all.
You're so cute. You're very, very friendly. Yeah! Elephants! Bye-bye. Elephants are...
And with that, the mouse scattered into the woods. At last, the elephants had seen a mouse was very small. They were never frightened of a mouse again. At last, the mouse had learned that elephants were very large. The mouse never again threatened to rip up an elephant's garden or tear down an elephant's house. Everyone lived happily ever after.
Yay!